Welcome, welcome. This is Dee with the Single Mom Unguided Life, where we talk about finances, motherhood, being single, and everything in between. Today is our September monthly budget setup. This is where we tell our money what to do before it tells us what to do. So before doing so, as you can see, I have a nice chilled glass of wine. And I actually just picked this up recently, and it is Borrasca, and hopefully I'm saying it correctly. It was recommended to me as I was searching for in Prosecco, because I'm trying to get all my Prosecco in before the end of the summer. So I was telling them I was looking for something with a pear flavored, and so he recommended this. Now, let's see what it says about it, because I love to read about the wine itself. It is Italian sparkling wine. It's extra dry. Appears brilliant. I can't even say it. Appears brilliant straw yellow with intense, strong floral and fruity aromatic notes. So let me go ahead and smell it. Okay, I can get it. Get into it. The palate is fresh and fruity with great acidity and lively finish. So let's see. Okay, get the acidity. It does have that little lively pop. I taste the pear. You can enjoy it with appetizers, seafood, and fine cheeses. But definitely in my house, it can be enjoyed. So let me go ahead and drink a little bit more of that. Ooh, that is good. Slide that to the side. Go ahead and get set up right quick. So as always, we always start with our monthly planner by Ray Dunn. And let's go ahead and go to September. So let's go to September budget. So September budget actually starts on August 28th and it goes to September 24th. The two paychecks that's dedicated to September bills will be August 28th and September 11th. There has been a couple things that have come up this month, including first, the storage I had to subscribe to. Right now I'm on a trial, and then starting in September it would be $6.99. The storage on my phone is crappy, therefore I had to go ahead and upgrade it in order to ensure that I'm able to make videos and store them on my phone long enough to be able to transfer them. So yeah, so that's where we're sitting at. But I don't want that to be a yearly thing, so I have to find out plan B. Now for my phone bill. I have not received my phone bill notification as of yet. Therefore, I will use the same amount and the date of the bill from last month and just copy it to this month. So check in August, it was $142.94 on the 15th. Same thing for September. That goes for my insurance as well. Same date, same amount of $132.66. Earlier in this day, I did receive a bill from an office visit in July. Now, I had a discrepancy about the office visit, so I did call, speak with them, explain the situation, and they did decide to comp me for the office visit, and I just have to pay for the procedure, which was $179.77. Now, for August 28th paycheck, it will be purple, and September 11th paycheck, it will be green. So going forward, that's what the colors you will see on different forms. Of course, the next thing that we get into is our September monthly budget overview sheet. The sheet tells me exactly how everything looks for me and where all of my money is going. So, of course, I'm going to put September. All right. And then we have the financial goals. The financial goals, of course, we're going to start with is paying off debt. I'm on target with paying off my 401k loan. Therefore, I need to work on my next debt, which is my medical loan. So pay down medical loan. The next thing that I want to do is I want to continue to build a buffer in my checking. So again, this month, $50 saved from unbudgeted. All right. Lastly is I need to actually set up a sinking fund for my property. So last year I purchased some property in my hometown. They have been slow with reconciling everything. Therefore, honestly forgot that eventually I should receive a tax bill or so. Well, the tax bill was received and I can pay the taxes when they're due, as well as the upkeep of the property. Okay, so I did go ahead and transfer all of the information for my monthly planner onto my expense tracker. So this is everything that we just seen placed here. So in my binder, I'm able to check things off. So the next thing that we're actually going to do and fill out is actually going to be the allocated spending form. And the allocated spending form is a Dave Ramsey form. I like the form because it helps me with knowing what I will have left from each check when I pay all of my expenses. So I go ahead and put the month, and then I put the paychecks here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Additionally, I go ahead and highlight them. That helps me when I'm inputting the information for the expenses, which expense should come out on which check. So that's covered. Then I need to highlight my sinking funds. So I have gas, I have maintenance. I also have my cashless envelopes categories as groceries and restaurants, fund money. It says hair and cosmetics, but I classify that as personal. Then I have two other categories that I need to fill out. So this is personal, this is gifts, and this is household. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, we can go ahead and move to inputting the income. So as always, I start with my base of $1,600, and then I know that from last month I am to save the $50, as well as for my sinking fund, the $179.77 for my medical bill. For the second check, I don't foresee that I will be actually pulling from any categories. Everything will be coming from my net income, so I won't be adding anything there. So we're going to put $1,600 here, and let's put $1,829.77. Yeah, that should be right. Yep. Okay, we're good to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill out my expenses from the September monthly budget overview. Now we know that based on our paydays that the first paycheck must cover everything from the 28th through the 10th. So I'm going to highlight that. So that's rent, payers plan, internet, streaming, electric, and life insurance. Additionally, tithes and offering, and the subscription, and the medical bill. Now for the second paycheck, it will cover all of the other expenses. And there we go. So, all right, so let's go ahead and fill everything out. We have church. There will be no charity. Now for this section, I don't put emergency fund. I actually put sinking fund. And the sinking fund for this particular category would actually be property. And if you hear noise, my son is coming in. So let me highlight that. So after we put that in, we go ahead and put in the other expenses, such as the rent. Now for water, we're not paying at the first check, we're paying at the second check. I don't pay for natural gas. Electricity is the first check. Now the internet is the first check, and the cable falls into the second check. I don't pay separately for gas. Okay, there's no other category. No clothing. Phone will be paid the second paycheck. The subscription will be paid the first paycheck. I don't pay for child care, pet care. Entertainment will be paid the first check, and that's my streaming. No miscellaneous. I will place the storage here, since this is a new bill, part of my lifestyle, and that will be paid the second check. There's no other. There's no gym fees. Medicine will be the second paycheck. No doctor visits. Health insurance is already deducted before I get my net income. Life insurance is actually paid the first paycheck. My auto insurance is paid the second paycheck, and it's $103.87. Renters is the second paycheck, and that's $25.54. I don't pay for identity theft, but I do pay for my valuable personal property, and that's $3.25. Now I have my car payment, which is the second paycheck. Credit card number 1 is actually paid the second paycheck. I paid off credit card 2 balance, so I do not have anything lingering from there. I don't have a third credit card. Now for student loan, in place of that, I always place my payers plan, and that is the first check. I do have a medical bill of $179.77, and that's the first check. The personal loan I have is actually my medical debt, and I pay that the second. And then I have my equipment that I'm paying on, and that is the second check as well. Now I'm just going to count and make sure I have the same amount of accounts on the allocated spending form, as well as the monthly budget overview. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fill out our cash envelopes. So I have my little cheat sheet here so I know. So for gas, we want to do on 30. I have decided that out of my side gig, I would take a portion out of that for gas as well, because I have been spending a lot more out of this regular sinking fund because I've been driving more. So I want to dedicate that, because I will not be moving this amount forward or up by any means, because again, The only reason why we're using more is because I'm doing more. For maintenance, it's $25. For groceries, we have $180 the first check and $160 the second. Restaurants will be $20. For fun money, it would be $25 each paycheck. For personal, would be $40 each paycheck. Gifts, I have no gifts to buy for September, so that's zeroed out. For household, I am going to have $60 taken out for the first check and $40 the second check. So those are all. Oh, and then for the property, I'm gonna start off with $15 a month for that. So that should cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're good to go with that. So now that we have that all situated, I am going to get another sip. And I hope you can see everything. Okay, we got that sip going. We need to go ahead and calculate everything. So we started off with $18.29.77. Gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right, so I went ahead and finished paycheck number 2, and for paycheck number 1, I am left with $85.61. For paycheck number 2, the remaining after all of my expenses is $304.64. This is not the end of it. We have to tell that amount what to do. So that's where my monthly review kicks in. I went ahead and fill out everything for my monthly review again, just the cut time, except for calculating. So I'm definitely going to calculate everything. So I break down the monthly expenses from my expense tracker into fixed and variable. If it happens every month with the same amount, is in fixed. If it happens every month but the amount is subject to change, it goes into variable. So let's go ahead and calculate what the fixed amount is. And that's not going to be right. Already you're messing up. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. And I find that it's easier to fill out this portion prior to, because if not, the video will be like an hour or so long. Because I be trying my best to write neatly, but it's not going to happen. So we have 1574.22 plus my ink pen gave out. I really do need to focus on getting better ink pens, and actually not getting better because I have a whole bunch of them. I need to start using other colors other than black. All right. So let's go ahead and do the envelope. So that's 610. So right here for the savings sinking funds, we have 3 categories that is blank. We have the savings, the extra debt, and the buffer. And the reason why those is blank is because I have to calculate that in order to come up with those amounts. How I calculate that is by using the Kiamber-Vaughan income allocation strategy. And basically what you're doing is you're taking your monthly income. So for me, that'll be $1829.77 plus $1,600. So that's $3429.77. And then you take your expenses of $1574.22 plus $730.30. So that gives me $2304.52. I'm going to minus that from the $3429.77. And that leaves me with what is my net income. Okay. Now, from that net income, I need to determine my variable expenses, such as like my envelope system categories and sinking funds, as well as in order to find out my savings, my debt, and our buffer. So for the envelope system is 610. I have 3 sinking funds that I'll be funding. So that's 50, 60, and 15. So that's $735. I'm going to divide that into my net income per strategy, and it gives me an amount of 0.65. So first I times that by 100, determine the percent, so the 65%. If you're not in debt, you round up to the nearest 5%. If you're in debt, you round to the nearest 10%. So in my case, the 65 would actually turn to 75. Because I want an even number, I often round up. So I'm going to actually make this 76%. Okay? So 1125 times 76% gives me $855.19. Okay? That 76% leaves 24%. Okay? So what I do is I just minus that $855.19 from my net income of $1125.25. Oh, that's definitely, come on, give me that money. No. So $1125.25 minus $855.19. That leaves me with $270.06, and that is the 24% of my net income. I divide that in half, and $135.03 goes to savings. $135.03 goes to extra debt payment. And then additionally, the $855.19 is actually made up of the $735 that's already accounted for. Therefore, it leaves $120.19 as a buffer. So that's how I fill out that information. So I'm going to go ahead and put that information in. And then I'm going to just add all that up. So that's $515.25 to that category. So let me go ahead. The budget income is $3429.77. Now I'm going to calculate all of these expenses to see if they amount to my income. And it does. And so that means that every dollar in my budget is accounted for. All right, so let's go back to our monthly overview page because we need to fill out all of this good information. Now for cash envelopes, we have 610. For the sinking funds, we have the 50, 60, and 15. So that's 125. Savings, we have 135.03. Extra debt, 135.03. And the buffer is 120.19. So here for the income, we always start off with our base income, which is $1,600 a paycheck, which is $3,200 because I have 2 paychecks, The rollover is going to be $50, and then the savings will be $179.77. So that gives me a total of $34, excuse me, not $34, $3,429.77. So let's place that down there. And then we just do our quick math and make sure that all of the amounts on every sheet is the same. We do not want anything to be off, because that can throw off our budget potentially if we don't catch the mistakes in the beginning. So I always double check with my math. And it's just good practice. Even though the numbers look the same, you'll be surprised how you can calculate and the amounts change. So 610, 125, 135.03, 135.03, plus 120.19, and there we go. Every dollar is accounted for on this page as well. So that's good. We have all of this filled out here. Now, we don't fill out our paycheck breakdown until we actually get paid, but for our transaction log, we do fill out the dates, and the dates is 8/28 to 9/24. For our spending tracker, the same thing. The date is 8/28 to 9/24. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another sip. I'll just talk and get your mouth dry. So for the sinking funds, we just fill in the dates at this point because we haven't closed our August budget. Therefore, I don't know where we're going to be starting with because we still have a couple days, but we need to go ahead and put the dates. So we have 8/28, the 9/3, 9/4, the 9/10, 9/11, the 9/17, 9/18, the 9/24, and we do the same thing for our weekly check-in. I already filled out the categories, so we're just throwing in the dates. So we have the same dates: 8/28, the 9/3, 9/4, the 9/10, 9/11, the 9/17, and 9/18, the 9/24. So we done it. We didn't got our September budget all completed. So let me just put everything in order. I want everything to be in disarray. And that's all good. And then what I do is I'll punch my holes, I'll put it in my binder, and we'll be set for September. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was insightful on how I budget. If you can, hit that like button. If you're a new subscriber, I thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your support. If you happen to watch this video and you haven't subscribed, I ask that you, if you please do, leave a comment. Let me know, how do you plan to budget your September? Also, share this with your family, friends, and co-workers. Peace out and budget on.